Hey, what is up guys? Matt here from the Toasty Bros, and recently we made a $500 gaming PC build featuring an AMD Athlon X4 8450 and a GTX 950. Now we did a bunch of gaming tests with it featuring Overwatch, CSGO, Battlefield 4, and a couple other titles, but we never really tested this thing as far as productivity goes. So in this video, we're going to be testing how well this machine works in Adobe Premiere Pro Creative Cloud 2015 edition and do some workflow tests and rendering tests to see just what this Athlon X4 8450 is capable of doing, along with the GTX 950. So without further ado, let's roll that intro. So as I mentioned, we are going back to the $500 gaming PC build that we did recently. If you haven't seen that video, click the I in the top right corner where it can link you right back to that video. Be sure to check that out before watching this. But basically the $500 PC build included an AMD Athlon X4 8450 with a GTX 950, 8 gigs of RAM and a gigabyte motherboard with a OCZ Tryon 240GB SSD and a 1TB Western Digital Blue hard drive. All powered by an EVGA 430W power supply. But those are the specs of the system. If you want more on that, click on the video in the eye and you can go right there and check that out. As for the benchmarks when we did that rig, the gaming tests were really good. It performed very well at 1080p and was a very sufficient 1080p gaming machine, which I was very pleased for the $500 price range. You could play most titles at 1080p like Doom, CSGO, Overwatch, Battlefield 4. You could play them really well on high settings and actually have very, very reasonable frame rates. Then I got thinking, what if I tried benchmarking this machine as a content creator machine? People who are getting into YouTube and want to build a PC to be able to edit videos, record videos, and be able to do sort of like a whole YouTube beginner machine. So $500, a machine that can edit videos using Adobe Premiere Pro Creative Cloud Suite, which is the software that I personally use. Jackson uses Sony Vegas still, but I use Premiere Pro because I love the renders and the codecs and all the stuff about it. Everything about it is just so much more fluid to me. But that's the test we're going to be doing, and what I'm going to be taking is a file, a video of me talking about the 24-hour live stream, which if you haven't seen that video, will be in the eye as well, and basically put that, render it out in my normal 4K upscale, which is a little bit of a tip for you YouTube content creators out there. If you upscale your content to 4K, even though you don't have a 4K camera, it allows YouTube to recognize it as a higher bitrate format video and allocate more bitrate to it. So the video quality, even at 1080p, looks a lot better than just rendering it out in 1080p. So a little bit of tip for you all. If your PC can handle 4K rendering, then go for it. And if your internet speed can suffice the upload of the larger file size, I definitely suggest doing so. So basically what I did was imported the file onto the old $500 PC over there, loaded up Premiere Pro, did my basic color correction, which just enables using fast color corrector, and then I use a sharpen tool and fix the saturation levels, and then I'm good to go. That's basically my whole thing for video editing. Whenever I do any sorts of videos on camera, I just do a fast color corrector, fix up the saturation, the blacks and the white levels, fix all that stuff up. Then I add a sharpen of about 15 and it's good to go. So after that's done, I basically go to the render settings and set the render preset to the 4K at H.264. H.264 is the best rendering output. I highly recommend using it. And I also changed the variable bitrate to 15 to 20. That's the range I normally go with. There's no reason going over 20 for YouTube. It's just really not worth it at all. It's just adding file size for no real apparent reason. But yeah, and then we rendered the file out and showed the time. So it looked like the file took about 22 minutes to render, which is actually pretty decent for how this file was edited and that sort of stuff. My machine over here with the 2600K would do a good amount better, but again, this is an i7 with hyper-threading compared to an AMD Athlon quad-core with no hyper-threading, and it's sort of an older architecture. This processor does a good job for rendering, and I really think it could suffice for being a YouTuber machine if it was used in the proper way. Maybe some overclocking is done, maybe you render files in just 1080p, it would help a lot. You don't have to render in 4K. And I think it would do a really good job because 22 minutes isn't actually that bad for a 7 to 8 minute video that I exported into Adobe Premiere Pro with color correction and sharpen effects and that sort of thing. So I'm actually really impressed with this machine. So if you all are very interested in picking up this PC, be sure to click the video in the eye up there to go check out the build and the full parts list. So, you know, if you want to build this PC, I think I highly recommend it for people who are getting ready to start on YouTube and want something that can edit, play games, and basically just be your workhorse for the starting of your future channel. So if you like this video, please leave a big ol' like. If you dislike this video, please leave a dislike and comment down below why exactly you dislike this video or like this video. Be sure to use our Amazon affiliate link whenever you buy stuff on Amazon. It helps us out a ton. It's in the link in the description below. It's new. We just got it set up. So whenever you buy stuff on Amazon, use it down below and you give us a kickback. So I know you are a lot of Amazon shoppers out there, so whenever you're picking up your new GTX 1070s or 1080s, use our affiliate code. It really helps us out. So thank you guys again for watching this video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace out.